Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is Magnus and I welcome you guys back to the Advanced Wars 2 Randomized War Room Challenge. We have just defeated Soul Harbor and Drake, and it is time to move on to Private Isle. But before we move on to Private Isle, we of course have to check our Random Pig Picker! Random Ping Thicker, or whatever you want to call it. The entirety of Yellow Comet is actually gone from the list now. We played as both Sensei, Sonya, and Combis, and no more Yellow Comets for the foreseeable future. So, the person who will go on to challenge Eagle will be, and I really hope I don't get Drake, Lash! Okay, that's actually not fantastic either, and I'm going to explain why. So Private Isle is a map that is heavily dominated by air units, and Lash's air units are actually, well, they're not weak, it's not that, but Lash is all about a ground-based CO. She revels on the ground, where she can utilize the defensive terrain to her advantage. Air units can never get defense stars. Like, not even on airports, they can't. So, essentially, what we want to do right here is we want to start off by building infantries, naturally. And then we want to transport our units over to the island via a lander. It's actually one of the few maps in the war room where you will actually build a lander. However, you'll be sending both of these infantry units down here, loading this one in and building another one. And that will allow you to get 2 infantry over to the island. However, Eagle will get there faster because he has access to battlecopters and transport copters right off the bat. So we'll need to counter this, and how we're going to counter this, first of all, we're going to drop off the infantry. How we're going to counter this is pretty simple. We're going to counter it with an anti-air. And also try to cap the base and the airport, and preferably the harbor. Now, of course, we want to let Eagle cap the harbor on the island, because he's going to build a lander there, as every other AI does, and waste 10,000 gold on absolutely nothing. But yeah, Lash was not the best CO we could have gotten for this mission. I would have preferred Eagle, maybe Hawk, Andy would have been great. Anyway, so we can get the base and we can get the airport. But what is an airport, ladies and gentlemen? I don't know. And I'm actually wondering whether I should be building a tank or an anti-air. I think I'm actually going to build 2 anti-air. Because the battlecopter will be able to attack the entire island, so I need 2 anti-air to stay spread out. And the anti-air is also going to be pretty good against the infantry. You can see Eagle's battlecopter is carefully moving forward. Alright, so let's see if we can take this airport. That would be very nice. So, we're going to be dumping off the anti-air like so. And we also possibly want to look into getting a tank to counter Eagle's tank right here. We could also build a medium tank and transport it all the way down there. That could also certainly work. And if we build 2 infantry, we will have enough for a medium tank on the next turn, so that's good. Now, there's still going to be a lot of ground-based combat, so Lash is still going to be decent. I mean, Lash is a very strong CO. She's a tier 3 CO. And Eagle is tier 1. He's probably tier 2 on this map though, because it's so dominated by air units, but still. Yeah, this rocket is going to make things a little bit hard for us. We're not really going to be able to do much about that battlecopter, about the rocket. So we're just going to move in. Position it right here, and we should be able to flank it, preferably. Now what we can do is we can certainly bring the infantry down here if we want to, but I think I'm going to hold off on doing that for the time being. In fact, I kind of want the rocket to fire on my infantry, so I'm just going to bait them into attacking. Oh, crap! Fucking repair money. I should have combined these 2. That was a little bit annoying. Also, I can't take the airport now. Oh well, I guess we'll just go with regular tanks then. Alright, capping the airport is going to be pointless with that anti-air here. Okay, he's actually sending his anti-air up to attack our anti-air, which is a little bit unexpected. But in the end, it's going to be useful because we're going to be able to kill his rockets. Just going to make sure there's no... Yeah, there's a battlecopter here, but I still don't think he'll be stupid enough to attack my anti-air. And I can build a tank right here. Maybe we'll just drop off another tank. Like so. We can send the other tank down here. Now, he actually doesn't have any infantry in range of my airport, because this one's capping. So I'll be getting this airport, which is kind of good. And I'll build a mech, of course, to counter his tank. Boo, beep, 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 boo, boo, boo. Gotta fucking love Lash theme song. It's so amazing. And eventually we want to save up for a fighter, because Eagle's going to start producing bombers soon, and we want a fighter for that. He actually is attacking my anti-air with this battlecopter, but Eagle has increased defense on his battlecopter, so he can actually get away with doing that, especially if the anti-air is slightly damaged from before. Alright, this rocket has seen better days. Now we want to keep our tanks on the properties, or what we can do is we can build a battlecopter of our own. Now if we move this guy over here... That is actually a good idea. Maybe we should just move it now. We don't want it to get attacked. That's the thing. I guess we could use this lander for what it's worth. We want to use this lander eventually to unload the infantry on the shore right here and try to take his airports. Now, if you play strike on this map, I actually built the cruiser very early, and I just put the cruiser here. And Eagle for some reason just keeps building areas, so you can just shoot them down as they're getting built, which is actually hilarious to do. When you use the defense of the harbor to get the extra 30% firepower needed to one-shot that infantry, always take advantage of the terrain when playing Lash. Very important. Remember, harbors give 3 defense too. Don't forget that. It's not just ships who gets the defense bonus from the harbors. Everyone does. Or all the land units. Oh, please use your normal power. It's very hard to get Eagle to use his normal power. It's a very low priority for him because it really sucks. It's almost like as if the developers understood how weak it was and ordered him not to use it. It's fucking garbage. In Dual Strike, I've never seen him use it. Not once. I think it's just coded to never be used. Alright, Lash's little power is also garbage. Never use it. Even in small situations like this, attack from the planes because you get 10% extra firepower. Like, why wouldn't you do that? And the reason why I moved that mech, I'm actually not entirely sure. We want to move back and build a transport battlecopter, I mean. Another mech maybe to help deal with the recon. Maybe the time has come to unload some infantry over at the shoal there. I think I'm actually gonna... Yeah, I'm gonna attack here. Because I get so much firepower from that. Okay, so Eagle will not have his lightning strike just yet. He might get it. He might get it next turn. But as long as we take out most of his non-infantry units, the lightning strike really shouldn't be that big of a deal. Alright, so now comes the time where we really want that fighter. Alright, so some of these infantry are going to get owned. There's very little we can do about that. Alright, so now I really want to kill this infantry. Because I want this anti-air to die. And I think it's about time we cap those 2 cities. What you guys think? There we go. Kill the missile would be nice. If we can get rid of that infantry, which I don't think we can. Possibly, nah, we can't get rid of it. So we're just gonna have to be careful. This missile is covering the tank, which makes it a little bit hard to go up against. But we have a tank of our own, so we should be able to neutralize it. But we can still attack the missile with our battlecopter. Why didn't I think about that? Haha. Alright, so now we have how much money? Let's save up some money for a fighter. That is... actually, I think a transport would be useful as well. 13,000... We'll probably pay some repair money, so I don't think we'll afford a fighter. Alright, here comes the lightning strike. This is a little bit nasty, but... the only units that can actually move again. He was stupid and he let his missile stand still. And one of the great aspects of Lightning Strike, while it is a really good power, although way too expensive for what it does, it allows the Eagle to move his indirect units and fire with them at the same turn. I imagine Grit with a power like that, which is actually something that can be really dangerous. That's why when I do play Eagle, I usually deploy a lot of indirect units with him, and not necessarily as many air units, because my enemy is gonna have a lot of anti-air if he goes up against Eagle. Alright, let's use Lash's superpower. There's really no reason not to. It's not fantastic on this map, because there's not much heavy terrain for it to take advantage of, but the cities and plains will still be good. The forest will still be 4 defense tiles, the plains will be 2 defense tiles, and the cities will be a whooping 6 defense tiles, or defense stars I should say. So it's still pretty good. We actually want to go in for the HQ right now. I think that's probably a good idea. Yeah, when Eagle uses his superpower, his air units gain a lot of fucking defense. So this is like Lash infantry and cities right here. Impervious to pain and deals a shit ton of damage. Really fun units to have around. And we can build a fighter now. That's lovely. So we definitely, I think we actually want to bring a tank with us, and we want to unload the tank. Maybe we'll unload it here. Not the infantry though, just the tank. The infantry will just get shot by the anti-air and die, so we don't want that. Alright, so now our units basically can't die. Because in addition to the double defense, you also get the standard 10% boost, which makes Lash's units almost untouchable. Okay, so she did build a battlecopter, which was kind of what I predicted, so we need that fighter more than ever now. We have our own battlecopter, but the problem with going up against Eagle's battlecopters is that it's not as one-sided as a battlecopter fight should be. Which is a little bit sad. Alright, so we should probably go get the anti-air, I feel. It would be nice to drop off an infantry, but we can't do both, sadly. We also have this battlecopter, naturally, which can be of great help. And I do plan for it to be of great help. This tank can sadly attack us everywhere. So I guess we just put this on the airport to block it and get as much defense as possible. Alright, there we go. Let's bring the mech in on the assault. Kill this thing. This guy can stay. Let's build another battlecopter. Ah, this seems fair enough. So there's not a lot Eagle can do about this now. Now we can start assaulting his island from multiple directions. Also be really careful, because Eagle can always one-shot the transports with his battlecopters, which is one of the abilities that makes him pretty strong. Also, you can see that his battlecopter actually doesn't die to your fighters. So this is why fighting Eagle in a head-on-head air battle is really fucking difficult. And it should be. I mean, he's the air specialist. Alright, so we have an infantry right here. We should probably use this battlecopter to block a base, and we'll unload the infantry right here, where it's safe. This won't be enough, sadly. There we go. And we should be able to start capturing the HQ on the next day. Now we have an anti-air on the island as well. He's stupid enough to move his anti-air into my tank. Alright, he's actually coming with a mech over here. Maybe we should build a battlecopter here as well. Sounds like a good plan. We could also block this base if we really wanted to. But that's just gonna prompt his tank. His tank is probably gonna move on the HQ anyway, but I can probably... maybe I should just block the HQ then. That is probably a good idea. Lash tanks on HQs have 40% increased firepower. So... not really a lot Eagle can do with that. I think he might use his normal... yeah, he will. with not a single air unit on the battlefield. Well, he still gets his 10% defense though. His battlecopter. Oh, wow. Oh, I didn't see that coming. Oh, Jesus. That caught me by surprise. So he didn't build any units though. So it's still very possible for us to do this. So this thing needs to die now. It's actually going to be really hard to kill him. So now we need to move like this. Kill the battlecopter. There we go. Now we should be able to kill it. Let's see. I think this mech is actually capable of doing more damage than the tank in this regard. There we go. Now we need to bring down this bloody tank. Easier said than done. Alright, what should we build right here? Probably a mech, and we'll build another battlecopter, because they can get to this island so fast. And just to increase our score, we're gonna build some infantry back at the base. Pew 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 pew. Alright, let's see what he builds. He builds a battlecopter again. Because he clearly isn't very smart. Alright, now we can start capping his shits. So let's start off by blocking each and every one of his base. Each and every one of his bases. Doink, 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 go. Hell, we might actually be able to rout Eagle on the next fucking day. Which would be very fun to do. Let's see if we can do it. It's not unlikely, I mean, hard, but not unlikely. Also, we want to save this infantry. We actually want to combine it. Build an anti-air just to fuck with him. Just remember, we don't want to lose any units. Losing units is bad. We want that S rank. I'm pretty sure we're gonna get it. I'm pretty satisfied with these results. We'll get a day 16 victory, which is pretty good. He actually built 2 battlecopters. All right, let's shoot them both down for maximum power score. Can't rout him because of the lander. That's always a bitch to shoot down. Requires multiple battlecopters, particularly when it's on the fucking lander. Maybe we can... No, we can't shoot it down. It has too much fucking defense on that harbor. Alright, so we want to build as many units as we possibly can. And cappy, cappy, cappy! Alright, let's see what kind of rank we got. Oh! Could have been a little bit faster on speed and technique, but it's another S rank, boys. Hee broken already? Oh, Lash, you rude little girl. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so that was... I have actually forgotten the name of the map. Private Isles. Join us next time as we take on Land's End, and we're actually going to be playing against the very CO we played as now. It's going to be Lash, and I think... Is this a map from Super Famicom Wars? I actually think it is. There's something very similar about it. So, funnily enough, no harbors on this map, despite looking like a very sea-based map. It actually only has airports. Wonder if I'm going to start with any. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, hope you guys have enjoyed this map and this part and this battle. Please consider leaving a like and a comment if you did. And as always, my name is Mangs, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.